there's this hype about social media now. Everyone is crazy about it. There's this thing called social media marketing.
Yeah.
I want to find out your take on social media marketing.
Yeah.
Because I follow you on Instagram and Facebook, and your numbers are not that big.
Yeah.
But when I go to your event, you fill up the whole venue.
Yeah.
So take us through that.
Okay. So I don't believe in social media marketing.
Okay.
I believe in digital marketing. So I do digital marketing, two different worlds. And I think we're at an age where people don't understand the difference. So someone's going to post up on Facebook and Instagram and tell me that they're social media marketing, and then no one pitches at your gig, and you're like,
and
no one buys
that's
your
very
product,
common.
and you're like,
It happens a lot, yes.
Because people are, I think, have not researched and have not understood the power of these tools. You must understand, in marketing, these tools are just a quarter, right?
Okay.
So let's look at the festival, for instance, right? What is the marketing at the festival? So we average a year 120,000 flyers, right?
All right.
We always say we're kings of flyers. 120,000 flyers. On our 10-year one, I think we did 180,000. We even made a whole big deal about that.
Okay.
So everywhere you go, so we've got a team that's going to hit the mall, it's going to hit the varsity, exactly where our core audience are, our targeted or intended targeted people are. Those are flyers, right? Then we've got radio. We average in a year for the festival, we average a good 20 radio shows. This is the interviews,
That's
right?
huge, yeah.
So from university to community to the national radio stations.
Okay.
Even online stations, right?
Yeah.
We would average a good 10 TV programs, whether it's the shiznits, whether it's the news. Peeps always know I show up on the news, so the news is my core thing.
Yeah, and that's where the numbers are, I guess.
That's where numbers are, because it's also strategic. Why have to show up on the news? So this is how the idea works.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning, and you see me on the morning news.
Yes.
You drive to work, you hear me on
the radio show.
On the drive.
Yeah.
Right? So this is planned.
Okay.
Okay? Cool. You get to work, and then you open your computer. The first thing people tend to do is you open your socials. You check your emails and you open your socials, right? So there's a pattern that people behave. When you get to work, before you check your emails, you check your updates. You check what happened, what's what. When you do that, you find us there.
Okay.
Cool. And then when you're on your way now going home, on the afternoon drive, you hear us, right?
Okay.
Now it's the weekend. We're following the same patterns, but now every social space you go to, you find a flyer or an activation.
Oh.
The minute you start hearing our message more than 3 times, you start feeling this thing called FOMO, like, fuck, I gotta be there.
Yeah. What is this about? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But what people tend then to do is that they want to only use a quarter of what this marketing space is. People just want to use the
Facebook post.
Facebook posts and whatever. So we don't believe in that, because we even go deeper. So we big on data. Till this day, I tell people I'm the king of database. So we're sitting on 26,000 SMS numbers. We're sitting on 16,000 email addresses.
Oh, those are big numbers.
But these are customers.
Okay.
So these are numbers that started from the shop, believe it or not. You'll see in the door when you go out, there's a box that has invoice books there that I need to throw away. Every purchase since I opened the store, right till this point. So people have purchased, whether it's a CD in the store, whether they've purchased a vinyl or t-shirt, or have bought a ticket to the festival for the last 13 years, or bought tickets to the awards. Any form of show that I've done, I've got their number and their email. Right?
So you hit them on SMS to market your own events.
And on emails as well. And what that means is that wherever I go, my core audience, which is a valuable audience, because this audience has currency. I know they've got currency. How do I know? Because they bought something from me.
Yeah.
Right? So they're not fictitious Twitter, Instagram people.
The people that
who you don't know. These are people that have consumed now.
Your product.
My product. Okay. Right? And now I'm able to use that information to communicate further. What does that mean? It means I've got return clients. It means year by year, I'll keep getting those people, because when I start marketing, I already know who to start marketing at, and then with my extra resources, I'll then try to attract new customers.
Okay.
So that is, I think, the power, how I perceive social media marketing, because I feel like it's just a quarter or even a tenth of what's supposed to be happening. But people tend to want to make it like the 100%, like, hey, I'm only doing this strategy, but that strategy don't work.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a big drive in South Africa about entrepreneurs. You know, we want to promote kids to think entrepreneurship more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's not an easy world. Most people have tried it. They say the first 5 years is the hardest to sustain a business and survive, you know. So I want you to give our audience your thoughts on, you know, how do you sustain a business to last over 15, 20 years like yours, you know?
Well, I think the first thing, I think, just sort of going against your statement, I don't think in this country entrepreneurship is like a big thing. I don't think it's promoted. I don't think it's treated right. Okay. Because people are still not seeing it as an alternative. So people would rather type a CV and then take it to the man and go sit there at this job and type and wonder why their life is not going the way they want to, you know. But you realize that the man is an entrepreneur. Like, there's nothing stopping you to becoming the man. All you just have to do is sacrifice. Yeah. So what we do at the office is that we've got a program, right? An internship program. And what this internship program does is that it gives you a foot into the door. Because the hardest thing for any business person or a person trying to start a business is the wall, the entry, entry
market,
is too,
entry to market. Yes,
it's too tricky.
It's too
right?
hard. Yes.
But what we do is that we show you. So we hold your hand and you walk with us, but you also learn skills. Yeah. Because the most important thing I always say, it's thinking. It's not money. So a lot of times people want to start a business. I don't have money. It's got nothing to do with money. It's got everything to do with what's in your head. Yeah. Because you know how to navigate, right? So that's I think the sort of thinking that should be promoted in our country. Okay. In different businesses, when you do an internship program, try to change these kids' mindsets, because that's what it's about. Change these kids' mindsets. When you're in school, when you go to these high schools or universities, try to change the kids' mindset, make them understand what the potential is. Yeah. The same way when I entered the market, I started at the bottom, having to sacrifice and having to learn, because I knew that in 16 years and 15 years time, I'm going to need it. Okay. Right? So I think the same thing applies, because like I say, the buzzword is entrepreneurship, but the reality is
employment.
There's everyone wants a job. Yeah. And it's like, but why can't you be your own job? And we look at countries like the States, where they think is hustle. Right? The buzzword is hustle.
Hustle, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is that you see these guys, they're making, and you can follow their story, you can track their story. And same applies with any brand. Yeah. If you look at it, it was all about thinking. No one started out with money. So, yeah, I know I said a mouthful there, but yeah.